checking to see if Zach's around.
Erin surreptitiously looks
fine.
for her husband. Continues flirting with everyone else. Oh, and I didn't put this in the outline, but we should discuss all of the video game related news.
Like E3 getting canceled.
Yeah. Which, I mean, obviously this is fine.
I know.
Everybody was pulling out anyway, and I'm surprised GDC hasn't. I mean, maybe they have and I just missed it, but I don't think GDC's announced that they're going to cancel this year, but I think they will.
Yeah.
Everybody's pulling out. And actually, I think that maybe this will be good for some of these conventions to take a year to think about what they've done and to come back stronger than ever, you know?
Go to your room.
Like, maybe they need to consider what the purpose of the convention is and what an opportunity it is for them.
I know it's gonna be fine. I'm just kind of sad because I was really excited to watch E3 this year, and
Well,
now,
they might still do like an online event.
I know, and now it's like when are we gonna get all of our new announcements
After COVID-19.
That's not soon enough.
When are we I'm sorry. I know that you sincerely mean when are we going to get all of the new games announced, but in my head I'm thinking, when are we going to get all of the lies told to us that I will believe inexplicably? Until one by one they are contradicted over social media, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, am I wrong?
No.
It's fine.
Yes.
It's fine.
Yes, it is.
We will prevail.
It's fine, you guys.
It's okay.
It's just fine. I'm fine. Really, it's fine.
Is there any other good news? I think I heard that they're going to do a Witcher game for sure, like a fourth one.
Oh, yeah? I didn't hear about that.
I mean, I saw a bunch of articles that were like, there's still no announcement of a Witcher game. And then I saw some that were like, get ready for that fourth Witcher game. And they all looked, pretty dubious. So I don't know who to believe.
Yeah, I was it on the Google homepage? Because I would take that with a grain of salt.
I mean, that's the thing is I probably should have checked CD Projekt Red out before I said anything. But I got excited.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But again, with the lies, I mean, who to believe?
I got Lainey all excited telling her about Mark Draw and Patrick Weeks tweeting about Dragon Age titles, and they said something about Dragon Age Exodus, and I'm pretty sure they were joking about the second game with that name, but Lainey is now convinced that the fourth game is going to be called Dragon Age Exodus, and she will not let it go no matter how many times I've told her, pretty sure they were referring to the second game with that. She still just glares at me through the video chat and is just like, no, it's the next one. You're not even here. You don't know. Oh no, Erin has coronavirus.
I'm so sorry.
It's COVID-19.
I thought I was special.
Oh no,
I want to self-quarantine, but I can't. Instead, I'm meeting with literal hundreds of people a week.
Yeah. Since everyone's freaking out and buying all the sanitizer in the world, and I do freelance art for a company that makes hand sanitizer, I'm making lots of labels.
Weird sort of unexpected thing for COVID-19 that there would suddenly be a boom for artists who specialize in making labels for hand sanitizer, of which I know of one.
I've got 13 orders in my inbox I need to finish tonight.
Oh boy.
Woo. Oh, well, on that note, maybe we better get to it. Yeah. So we actually have a little bit of a shorter outline this time. But I think that's kind of experimental on my part because I feel like we never shut up. So I thought maybe
That's true.
we could try to have a slightly shorter outline. So let's just get right into it.
I feel like us having a slightly shorter outline just means we're going to talk more about each individual thing.
Yes, that is what it means.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm probably not going to talk a whole lot because my voice isn't all the way back yet.
Oh, poor Erin.
Yeah, Erin has been sick. It is not COVID-19.
Yeah.
It's just a stupid normal cold.
It was influenza A. I got checked out. Everything's fine.
Oh, good.
I'm better now.
Oh.
Yeah.
For some reason, I almost went, happy birthday.
It was her birthday, though.
I know. Maybe that's why.
She actually
My
did get sick for her birthday.
My brain
That's
feels
what
like
happened.
it's just like spilling out my ears right now. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it was like 3 days after my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. It's fitting for 30.
That you suddenly feel death's icy chill at the back of your neck.
Upon my neck.
Yeah. As a 32-year-old lady, I can confirm this is true.
Yeah.
So what game are you playing right now, Erin?
So I've just been playing Judgment. Not a whole lot of new stuff to report. But I'm on the last chapter. And I'm super excited. The story is still really good, and it's still really goofy, and fulfills all my dreams of playing a ridiculous anime. So
Awesome. I don't want to ask too many questions that might lead into spoiler territory, but I am curious now that you're right near the very end of the game. So on a scale of, well, no, let's not do a scale. Let's do a pie chart. Draw me a pie chart with words, Erin. What slice of pie is humor in
Is
this
it the
game?
slightly smaller pie piece or the slightly bigger pie piece?
Or is it like a third of a pie piece? I guess we could just use actual percentages. I don't know. I like pie.
pie's
Wow,
good.
Pie. I didn't eat dinner.
It's pie day on Saturday, you guys.
Jensen. Pie day.
Pie day.
I should make a pie, but I don't want to. It's hard.
You could buy a pie.
I might now that I know that,
blasphemous.
I might go to Macy's and just
You're not
pick up like an Oreo crust and then just melt a bunch of chocolate chips in it and call it a pie.
That
I actually
sounds amazing.
am supposed to make a pie for work. But I don't know if I'm going to. I might be lame and just buy one.
Yeah.
That is
I
lame.
say go for it.
Okay, but
It's all
anyway,
right.
so pie chart / percentages. What would you say is the ratio of like humor to serious to like actiony?
That's really hard because
Or maybe we should do scale of 1 to 10. Scale of 1 to 10. How does the humor rate?
I don't know. That's hard to say because so much of the game is comprised of side quests, and like almost every side quest is ridiculous and humorous. And then every once in a while, when I want to get a little more serious, I'll go back and do the main story. And I don't know, I've spent a lot of time on side quests, like tons and tons of hours. So I feel like there's more humor than anything, probably.
Does it ever get real?
Oh, it gets very real.
And would you say, what would you say the hype levels are?
The hype levels?
Yeah, like when is it really, really just like hype and exciting?
I think when you're fighting bosses and the story starts to progress, it's like that classic anime move of now we're explaining the situation and now we're going to fight.
So like side quests are maybe a little bit more leisurely and fun, but once you get into the main story, it's like a little more driven.
Yeah,
Sounds like a nice balance.
it is. It's a good balance.
Awesome. Okay,
It's a
well,
great game.
that one's still
everyone
on my
should
list
play
to
it.
play. Yeah,
It
I
should
want
be.
to for sure.
It's on my list.
Yeah,
looks
once
fun.
I'm done, you guys can borrow it.
There's a chance that it might be too anime for me, but I'll try it.
Yeah.
Speaking of 2 anime, just kidding. We're going to talk
No,
about
we're
Final
not.
Fantasy
That's
Love
later.
7 later. Oh, it's my turn. I get to talk about things. So
She lights up.
I just got really excited.
Talk.
I get to talk. Like I ever shut up. So we actually all played the Final Fantasy VII remake, so we're going to talk about that later. But I, in addition to continuing on with Witcher 3, I'm very near the end actually. I was tempted Sunday to just sit down and finish it because I'm close enough that I could just do that. But I decided to play Final Fantasy VII instead and Thief. And so I'm going to get back to Witcher 3 soon, but it's one of those things where I feel like I do have to wait for the right day because I am probably going to just finish the whole thing in one sitting. and I want to have enough time to do that and to enjoy it. But yeah, I started Thief, which was my birthday game. And I'll talk about that more when we do birthday game stuff. But basically, I feel like I'm in a love triangle right now with Geralt and Garrett.
Yes.
It's really hard to choose.
No.
Well, Garrett does wear that weird thing around his chin. So that
His
for
beard?
me, no, that like
I
the
was
face mask. He,
Geralt,
like, always,
but see, I've already messed it up.
no, Garrett.
Oh.
He always wears his face mask down around his chin, and for me, that's points off because it makes him look like he has no neck.
Yeah,
Or
when
no,
he's
all
not,
neck.
when he's not wearing, is it a cowl?
Yeah, when he's not
Like-
wearing it over his nose and he's got it down around his chin. I
It
hate it.
It looks weird when it's down
hate
around.
it
Yeah.
so much.
Okay, well, I
Oh.
haven't noticed, but apparently my other two co-hosts are like really sensitive to this.
It infuriates me. It was the only thing in that game where I was just like, what were you guys thinking? Like, there were other things where I was like, okay, I maybe would have changed this and stuff. And there was a lot of things that I was like, this is fantastic. And then that was the one thing where I was just like, you guys are idiots. Why did you do that?
Well, I do have thoughts, but I think we're going to talk about birthday games in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
sorry.
the other game that I did want to just mention briefly, I haven't gotten the chance to play it yet, but it's like a super excited thing that I'm actually going to say I think all three of us should try to play.
Oh,
Dreams.
yes.
Yeah. I really think we all need to give this
I
a
want
go.
to play
I
it
think
so
so.
badly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks fun.
It looks really fun.
Yeah.
It just looks like it's quite the experience.
I want to remake
So
Tachanka with it.
do it.
Mass Effect. It's the Krogan homeworld. I was playing through it and I was like, I want to recreate this, and just like, I don't know why. I just do.
Jensen's gonna be all serious with it. I'm gonna be like,
She's just,
Elsa has lost it.
just laughing.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing. I'm gonna be like trying to play Mario Kart with Karl Marx's head or something. Like I'm gonna have all kinds of stuff.
It's crazy. Sounds pretty great.
Probably won't make very much because I'm not very creative that way, but I'm probably going to play other people's stuff, and I'm just as excited for that.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope. So
Maybe also we should combine it, and I'll make a racetrack from Tachanka, and then we can ride your Mario Kart with Karl Marx's head and through it.
I mean,
That'd
maybe,
be fun. And the Reapers could be attacking and stuff, and then you could have to dodge them. This will be great.
I mean, I just feel like if I'm playing the game properly, I should be trying to remake my dreams.
Yeah.
So
True.
Well, then shouldn't you do a car with like 17 pedals and have Johnny Depp trying to teach you how to drive it?
no, that was actually Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Oh, yeah. I'm mixing it up with when Johnny Depp gave you eye surgery.
No, he did. That's right. It was eye surgery.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp gave me
So
eye surgery
The
in a dream
Rock
once.
should be teaching you how to drive a
Johnny
car
Depp
with
gave
17
me-
pedals.
Johnny Depp gave me eye surgery. The Rock taught me how to drive. Let's see. CM Punk helped me escape from a turbulent political rally once. And Christina Hendricks made out with me. I already mentioned that, but like
You dream a lot about celebrities a lot.
I
don't
actually
you?
don't. That's the thing, is it's a pretty short list
A
of
lot more than me.
okay,
me
yeah,
too.
maybe it's more than average. I just feel like
I'm
it's
struggling to think of one.
I feel like it's a short list of celebrities compared to like celebrities who I actually do know. Like it's I don't know, it's interesting. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Lee Pace and I painted each other's faces. You know Wes Bentley? We were in Europe and we were looking for some castles to buy because apparently that's a thing that you do. And we found one that was super haunted and the ghost was Wes Bentley.
Nice. I think you buy that castle.
Yeah, it was only $44.
Go for it.
Yeah.
It's an excellent deal.
It's a-
They're basically paying
it's a
you. I mean,
steal.
you
It
get
was-
Wes Bentley ghost.
There was actually like it was a seriously comical moment where the real estate agent was like, "This is $44," and there was like obvious poltergeist activity happening right behind her, and Mom was just like, "I'm buying it."
It's like the Property Brothers skit from Studio C
It was exactly that.
with the haunted house.
It was exactly that,
That's so
except it
good.
was a castle. And when I say things were like poltergeisty in the background, it looked like there was a hell gate in the mouth of the home, you know,
Nice.
like in the front doors.
Yeah.
And
I'll take it.
it was all like Ghostbustery, and it was great. And yeah, seriously, that was what happened. Is the real estate agent said that to mom, because my mom was there, and she was just like, "It's $44," and my mom was like, "Well, it's mine now." It was great. It's fun, which is exactly what would happen. Anyway, yeah, we need to play Dreams, and that was a really long segment about nothing, and also a game that none of us have played.
Yes. We're so good at this, you guys.
So good.
So Jensen, what have you been playing?
Oh man, what haven't I been playing? Basically everything that doesn't have the title in that Mass Effect. I actually managed to earn a couple of platinums too, including Far Cry 5 and Mass Effect 2. That was my first platinum of the year, of the decade.
Aw.
And there was one more. Oh, Jedi Fallen Order. Those aren't important as much as Mass Effect, though. So I wrote down some thoughts while I was playing it. So Mass Effect 2 is still as great as I remember. It's basically perfect. You guys should play it. The Hammerhead is far worse than the Mako. It's fast, but it's made of one-ply toilet paper. You can take no damage whatsoever, and if you're playing on Insanity, then good luck trying to fight anything in the Hammerhead. Playing on Insanity is really hard in Mass Effect 2 until you get through the collector ship, and then it becomes stupid easy. The first half of the game I was struggling, and I kept dying constantly, and I was like getting so frustrated. And then I got through the collector ship, and I had the whole last half of the game open to me, and suddenly nothing was hard, and it was fantastic. I made some new choices. I let people carry out their revenge. That was really fun. We killed a lot of people, you guys.
Yeah,
It was fun.
Cleaning up the galaxy.
I've never done that. Some of them I generally try to be like, revenge doesn't really bring you the catharsis you think it's going to, But this time I was like, go for it. Revenge is awesome. Let's kill everybody. Also, the Overlord DLC makes me weep. First, because the middle part is so boring and long, and then because the end is so heartbreakingly beautiful. Yeah.
Well,
thanks for sharing.
That's my notes on Mass Effect 2.
oh.
No. It's not that. I'm not going to read all of my notes for Mass Effect 3 because it's like 4 pages. Because after I beat it, I just sat there and wrote all my thoughts about the ending while I cried through the credits. But I'm just going to read some like little things. First of all, the animation gets so janky sometimes, you guys. There's one conversation you can have with Liara that when you ask her about Glyph, her VI companion, Shepard and Liara will both watch Glyph fly around, and then they won't stop watching him for the rest of the conversation, and he's behind Shepard. So Shepard's like breaking his neck, or her neck, depending on who you're playing as, just trying to watch Glyph, and Liara's eyes are also following him, and it's super awkward. It's like the craziest thing. I don't know why everyone was surprised that the animation was not great in Andromeda, because it was never great in any BioWare game. Just saying. The Citadel DLC is amazing, and it feels like the actual end of the game, even though like it's not. I always play it right before the end, as close as you possibly can, because it really has this nice cathartic, just perfect end, and it makes me cry. Aww. Of course, the actual ending makes me cry anyway, so whatever.
Yeah.
I played the multiplayer for the first time ever, and it was actually really fun. I had a good time. I played it for several hours yesterday, and it was great. The synthesis ending is still beautiful, and even though it hurts my heart so badly because I'm leaving Tally alone, specifically in that game, I was leaving Tally alone. This is Warhorse level crying we're talking about too. I was like, I like
that that's the litmus.
Yeah, I was like a inconsolable wreck. But I don't care about any of that because Edie's speech at the end in the extended ending is so touching and sweet. I just can't even handle it. It's great. Let's see. And then my last thought is, I always felt like this game was super dark in comparison to the first 2 games. And then I realized that you can turn up the brightness.
Oh, you mean like actual darkness?
Yeah.
Oh,
This is the first time I realized I could go into the controls and turn up the brightness. I've always been like, why is everything so dark? It's so hard to see.
oh my gosh.
Not
I'm
gonna lie,
stupid.
you had us in the first half there.
That was on purpose. It had a double meaning.
Oh, double entendre.
And not to insert into your section here, but
I'm
I
done.
noticed that neither of you mentioned Anthem.
Oh, I forgot we beat Anthem.
Oh,
You beat Anthem.
we beat it. Yeah, I forgot.
I forgot.
That
We're
seems
stupid.
like ages ago.
I know. Why does it
Been-
feel like so long ago? It was only like last week. No, it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because I've been busy being sick.
Oh, yeah. No, it was like last week.
Yeah, it was last week.
It was last
It
week.
feels like 2 weeks ago,
Because you were still
though,
sick.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. It's so crazy.
Yeah. It was,
I walked in right after they were beating it, and like they seemed to be celebrating and having a fun time, but then they immediately went off to do some other like side mission
Yeah.
or something and ran into like at minimum 9 bugs. Just
yeah.
right
well,
then.
okay. What happened is we started this mission right after the end, and I don't think it was a bug, but we got hit with like 14 titans. We were like trying to defuse
I meant more
this
that
thing.
you like couldn't pick things up.
Oh yeah, I
and-
forgot. We couldn't
Yeah.
pick things up.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
couldn't
we were
pick things
trying to
up. We
put together that thing,
Mm-hmm.
and only 2 of us could pick things up.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
only 1 or 2 of us could revive each
Yeah,
other.
you
Yeah.
couldn't revive anyone.
And-
We died a lot.
And only like 1 of us could stay alive at any point because we kept dying because titans kept spawning constantly.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as we'd kill one, it'd be like 10 seconds later and then another one would appear.
Yeah.
And so we were like, I couldn't pick up anything. I couldn't interact with anything. I was completely useless in trying to actually finish this quest. So I just started throwing myself at the titan over and over again, just trying to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And that was basically all I could do. I was just trying to distract him so the ones who could pick up stuff could go and get the job done.
yeah.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
It was really fun though in
It
the end.
was.
Like it was crazy because we were just like, what's happening?
Yeah, it was fun chaos.
Yeah.
And also the ending of Anthem was
It was weird.
so abrupt.
It was like I kept waiting for the other shoe to drop. I'm still waiting for it. I'm like, they're gonna update it and they're gonna add more because
Yeah.
like that ending, it wasn't quite as anticlimactic as the ending of Grand Theft Auto 5 was for me.
Yeah.
But like it was still like he still had a fourth of his health left, and then suddenly there was a movie scene and he was dead and it was over. And I was like, did that really happen or did we hit a bug?
Yeah. And then they made it seem like, oh, now another dire circumstance is happening. And then it's like, oh,
And
no,
then never mind.
everything's,
It's fine.
everything's fine again. Just kidding.
So like as far as endings go, it wasn't the best. But it wasn't too bad. It wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't enough to make me angry.
Yeah.
It was just kind of
eh.
it was over and we got the trophy and I was like, really?
Yeah.
We beat it?
It's like,
Okay.
that was the end?
Yeah. And then we were all just kind of quiet for a little while. And then we were like, do you want to go do another mission?
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah. It's fun. Yes, we love playing with our cohorts, Jules and Megan. They're
They're great.
wonderful.
Yeah. Now we're going to start playing D&D with them. I'm so excited.
Yes.
So, Erin's birthday games. Now we can talk about Thief.
Yay.
Okay. I'm enjoying Thief a lot. It's a lot of fun. I'm not real far into it. I'm just a couple of levels in, but I am enjoying the mechanics a lot. Kind of the thing that's slowing me down the most is just that apparently I'm a completionist and I want to steal everything and I want to find everything. And I'm having a lot of fun knocking everybody unconscious whenever I get the chance and dragging the bodies around and making great big piles of unconscious people and stealing all their stuff. And I like Garrett. He's good, fun character. And the story is interesting. And I think the only problem I have with the game so far is just that I am so loud walking around. It's like it's like immersion breaking every time he moves. It's like, how is it that the entire world doesn't know I'm here? This is a stealth game, and he cannot move without sounding like he is demolishing the ground with his big, thick boots. It's so weird. It's so weird, you guys.
Yeah.
It was such a strange choice.
And
Yeah.
you've been crouching?
Yeah. It's like such a strange choice on the part of the people who were in charge of the sound mix.
crouching the whole time. She'd just been walking around full
Yeah,
upright.
no.
Like, I am
Like-
a sneaky thief.
It's like so weird. It's like somebody was in charge of the sound mixing in this game. Did nobody tell them that it's a stealth game?
I guess not.
It's just so weird. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Nice.
I think that there's I mean, I think I remember reading that people complained about this, and I don't get why.
Yeah.
I don't either.
I don't get it either. I thought it was really fun.
It was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Like they could have maybe potentially done like more with it, but I thought what they did was fun.
I guess the scary level could have been scarier because, like, the asylum was way scarier.
That was
in-
terrifying.
In what's it called? That one.
Oh, Deadly Shadows?
Yeah, Deadly Shadows. That one. I watched you play it one time, and then I was like, "Well, I guess I'm never gonna beat this game."
Right?
But watching Elsa play through the other one, what was it? It was an orphanage, right?
No, it's also an asylum.
It's
Okay.
also an asylum, but it's an
Okay.
asylum where they took orphans,
What
I
the
think.
No,
Okay.
so that's Deadly
That's
Shadows.
Deadly
Oh, that's
Shadows.
Deadly
It's an
Shadows.
orphanage
Yeah.
/ asylum.
Yeah.
This
Whatever.
one's just an asylum. Okay.
one's-
The
yeah.
asylum in the newer one, watching Elsa play it, I was like, okay, I could do this.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not that bad.
If
it got a
they-
little bit rough right at the very end, but I was like, I still think I could
Well,
do
and I
it.
think that's what I mean when I say they could have done more is I guess I feel like they could have leaned into the survival horror aspect of it a little bit more, especially since the whole point
Erin's like, please no, I want to be able to play these
well,
games.
like, but like there's this contrivance where like you're safer in the dark,
Yeah.
and like you. I think they could have played with that a little bit more, and you're trying not to be seen by basically anybody.
Yeah.
And I think they could have played with that idea a little bit more, and they could have dug into like the whole isolation of that.
Yeah.
And you know, there's stuff they could have done with it that they didn't take the opportunity to do, but that's fine. I mean, you're not like required to do everything in one game. I think it's a fun series of games. I'd love to see them do more with it later, and
Yeah.
I hope they will.
Yeah.
I want them to do more. I love Thief.
And definitely play the PC games, the first two. They're amazing.
They have terrible graphics, but
They
if you
do.
can get past that,
But yeah, I think
Remake them in dreams.
yeah.
that's excellent. That's an excellent idea. Erin, that's your assignment. You can do it.
Erin's gotten so excited she's forgotten language.
Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, one thing about the first two games, it's a lot more realistic as to how easy it is to be heard. For instance, there are a lot of tiled surfaces in certain levels, and you have to use moss arrows. You can't just like try to sneak across it because they're still gonna hear you.
Yeah.
Like, and that was kind of a pain because you run out of moss arrows and it's like, well, now what? I'm just gonna wake up the whole house. And that made it, yeah, that was a really hard aspect of that.
I mean,
So-
and then they're gonna know a thief was around because there's moss all over the ground suddenly.
where did this come
There's
from?
moss everywhere, and our valuables are gone. Garrett,
No.
you scamp.
Oh, Garrett, stealing our valuables again.
Oh man, I could go on, but I shouldn't. It's just gonna start to get stupid.
I could go on about Thief. I will a little bit. I don't know if I mentioned this in other podcasts, but the first Thief game almost didn't happen
Yeah.
because, so it was like, what was it, 95 or 96 when the first one came out? And that was one of the first games where they tried to play with all of those stealth mechanics together, like the brightness level and the sound level and how far you are from the AI and at what point can they hear you. And they were having such a hard time with the AI, like they almost scrapped it. Like,
and then they were just like, the AI can be kind of stupid.
yeah. Oh, but yeah, it worked out really well, and it's really impressive for its time.
Mm-hmm. It's still like gameplay wise, it's still very impressive.
Oh yeah,
Graphics wise, it is
not
horrendous.
so much. But the gameplay is still amazing.
We need a remaster.
Yes, that's what I've been saying for years.
That'd be fun.
Anyway, we sorry, Elsa.
Erin took over Elsa's segment.
Was it my segment?
You were
Oh
talking
yeah,
about
we were
Thief.
talking about Thief.
She doesn't even remember what's happening.
It's okay. I thought I was basically done, and I was excited to hear what you guys thought about it because I know you guys have both played it too. So yeah,
Cool.
Yeah.
it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna keep going with it. Although I am gonna make beating Witcher a priority just because I'm so close.
Yeah.
For sure.
And it's a little tough right now because my time is pretty limited.
Yeah.
I have about
Taxes.
I have about an hour a day to maybe either play video games or read a book or do some writing or just like get an extra hour of sleep. And sometimes that's how I have to spend it.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
So is it me?
It's you.
Okay. You guys, Persona 5 is wild.
Right?
I took notes. I'm excited. First of all, everyone in this game is an asshole. Okay. Holy crap. When you go to school like the day before to just like meet your teachers, everyone is so rude to your character.
Yeah.
What in the crap? How are these people educators? Like, I understand that Kamoshida is an asshole anyway, and he shouldn't be a teacher, and so, like, whatever. But the teacher who you can romance is so rude. Why does anyone want to romance her? First of all, she's your teacher, and that's creepy and weird. Second of all, she apparently has like a following of people who like her. She is a terrible person. She's so awful, and she's always making it about her. She's sitting
Even
there like,
without seducing her students, she's
I
a terrible
know.
person.
Yeah.
She's like sitting there complaining, like making it all about her. I'm like, woman, it's not all about you, okay? Like, how do you think I feel? Oh, I was so mad.
Trying to
Also-
balance being an anime character and a superhero.
Seriously.
Oh, it gets weirder.
Oh, I'm so excited. All right. Okay, how come my guy can never freaking remember who Kamoshida is? Because, like, okay. Ryuji's like, Kamoshida. And then my guy's like, Kamoshida? He's like, yeah, the dude we just talked to. And then 2 seconds later, he says something about Kamoshida. And my guy's like, who? And he's like, that guy in the castle. And it's like, it happens over and over again. And I started just like, every time I'd see the dialogue options and they were Kamoshida ? Or who? I would go, are you freaking kidding me, game? I should know who he is by now. It was making me crazy. Also, I hate my caretaker. I hate him so much.
Yeah.
I hate him.
I think you'll grow to like him.
I'm not. You know what he said? He said something, and at the moment I was like, I'm not going to make this easy on you, and I'm not going to be nice to you.
Oh, yeah.
When he like, we were just talking about the reason why I was sent to him, that I defended a woman who was getting attacked by a man. He said, you interrupted 2 adults. And I was like, no, I stopped a crime. And I'm so mad at him now. I will never like him, and I am not going to be nice to him. I don't care. I hate him.
But
Also, he's
gives,
such a freaking creep.
He'll give you skill points.
I don't care. All I need is charm, because I already picked out who I'm romancing.
All
All
right.
right.
You'll need more than charm.
Okay.
Trust me.
I'm also playing on the easiest mode because
Yeah.
I'm a wimp. All right. Okay, the demons in Kamoshida's castle really didn't need giant spike penises. They really didn't.
Or did they?
They really didn't.
Right? That whole place is just horrible.
Yeah.
The whole Kamoshida thing should just not have happened. It's just
painful.
so messed up.
And I love how I'm like, we need to help people when we're in the castle the first time, and then we're like walking past all these cages full of people, and we're just like, whatever. I'm like, why can't I even like suggest that we try to help them? That drove me crazy.
I think you'll learn why
Okay.
soon.
Okay, cool. I'm excited to keep playing it. So this isn't me complaining that, you know, I don't like it. This is me complaining that these things bugged me, but I love it anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. The load symbol is a liar. It says, take your time. I already know that you're giving me limited time to do stuff in my day.
Right?
Stupid game.
I know.
It makes me furious. It's a liar.
It's upsetting.
It's so annoying. Okay. The subway is infuriating. I don't need the worst part about trying to catch a train recreated in my game. Also, the school is infuriating. I don't need the worst part about navigating a new school recreated in my game. Seriously. Okay, I could not find the stupid faculty room for like 30 minutes. I wandered around that dumb school forever, and it's tiny.
Really hard.
It's like, where the F is this place? I don't read Japanese. Guys, can you give me an arrow or something? Or a blinking dot? Or at least on the mini map, show like something.
Mm-hmm.
Something. Okay.
It's slice of life
Okay.
to the max.
I'm not 100% sure I have her name right. Did Takamaki, is that her name? Takamaki? The blonde chick at the very beginning. I might be saying her name. Okay, did blonde chick really say that she had an appendicitis and has been meaning to go to the hospital but has been too busy? Did I read that wrong? I had to have read that wrong.
I don't remember.
Is she just lying to Kamoshida because she doesn't want to talk to him? Because if so, that's a weak lie.
Could be, yeah.
Maybe, are you sure it wasn't comically meant to be weak?
Maybe. I was so confused. The problem is that there's no delivery because it was just text.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was like, did she really? Actually, there might have been delivery. They might have said it and I just didn't notice because I was reading. But I was really confused.
I bet you're supposed to read sarcasm into that.
Probably.
I have an appendicitis.
Maybe.
I need to get that checked out.
Of course,
Yeah.
she is pretty blonde. Like, you'll come to find out she is not the brightest crown in the box.
No. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Ryuji is annoying in an anime dumb guy way, but I really like him anyway.
Yeah.
And the cat is annoying in that annoying anime way, and I wish he wasn't a cat. Because I like cats. I really am annoyed with them. But in spite of all this, I had a lot of fun, and I really like it, and I want to keep playing it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, I've seen clips recently, and I'm like, I want to play it again.
Yeah. I've already picked out who I'm going to romance. It's the chick whose sister is they're like talking to you at the beginning of the game.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
I looked up because I was like, I don't want to waste my time because I know that some people are introduced later and I know that there's some people that are hard to find and stuff. I don't want to waste my time with any of that. I'm just going to look up all of them and pick one.
Yeah.
And she was so cool. And I was just like, okay, that's the one.
Yeah.
But I took a picture with my phone so I can remember. I'm excited. Anyway,
Very
that was
nice.
long.
Glad you guys are liking your games.
Enjoying them so much. Thank you, Erin.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Erin.
being born 30 years ago.
You're
Happy
welcome.
Happy birthday.
Duh, happy birthday. Disney, don't sue us.
They won't. We have no money.
I know.
You cannot get blood from this stone.
I can tell Elsa's really tired.
What's giving it away?
You're blinking really slowly, and also I don't understand what you just said.
So we all played the Final Fantasy VII remake,
Yeah.
the demo. Thoughts? Who wants to go first? Okay, fine, I'll go first.
Silence because I was wondering, did the microphone just pick up my bra strap snap? Scratched my back.
I hope so.
Oh, I hope not.
So I'm sold a lot harder on Final Fantasy VII than I thought I was going to be. It's gorgeous. I actually love the combat. I was unconvinced at first. I got through, to the first boss battle, and I was struggling a little bit with it in that first battle. And in fact, for a second there, I was like, okay, so when they said they weren't going to do turn-based anymore and that it was all going to be in real time, what they really meant was that the enemy can attack you as much as they want, but you're still constrained by turn-based rules. That's what they meant. But I got the hang of it after messing around for a while longer. And I think that the idea of the balance between like the different bars that you have to fill up and only being able to use an item or cast a spell or, I think that that's interesting. And it's going to make for some challenging combat sequences, but definitely like something you can learn to adapt to, and that it kind of creates some interesting options for how you want to fight. So I liked that a lot.
Yeah.
I thought that the characters were fun, and a lot of people have been praising the voice acting, which I think indicates that their standard is based on anime. But like it is good for anime.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. For anime, yeah.
I thought that some of the dialogue even was pretty fun. Some of it was kind of cringy. A lot of it was cringy.
A lot of it was
But-
cringy.
but, like, in
especially like everything that was said by or said to Jessie.
Yeah, but like it's in that very special anime way.
It was really annoying.
And Jessie probably is the most cringy part.
He wrote her that way, and I'm so angry because she seems like she could be cool.
I know.
I still think she's cool.
She's
But
cool,
yeah,
but they've written her kind of dumb.
Yeah, they have. But at least it's not Devil May Cry dialogue,
not
you
Devil May
guys.
Cry
And,
dialogue,
like,
that's
voice
true.
acting.
The game that you have to turn to Japanese just so you can handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Jessie's characterization just is a little confusing to me because I feel like she should care about the cause a bit. And does she? It kind of seems like she's mostly just there because she heard there was going to be this cute merc.
It also seems like Barrett cares about the cause way too much.
I don't remember him being like that in the original, was he?
I didn't play the original.
I didn't either.
Well, I didn't either.
Well, no wonder you don't remember.
but like okay, yeah, I didn't play it either. But I did watch other people play it. Like I was familiar with it. I was familiar with the characters.
I was familiar with the box art because Kim had it. And I would look at the box and go, I bet that's a cool game.
Okay, well, another thing from the original. They have made some pretty noticeable changes. So in the original Final Fantasy VII game, you plant this bomb and it blows up. And like you guys are terrorists.
Yeah.
Like
Right?
you kill hundreds of people. It's a big deal. It's really messed up. And you can tell that they're kind of trying to soften that a bit with this one. So I thought it was interesting. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is how I understood.
How would we correct you if you're wrong? We haven't
You
played this.
the remake, which is what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
I watched a video from Rob, and after you say what you say, I'll say what he.
Oh, okay. Maybe he'll have some
mentioned.
insight because this is what it looked like to me in the remake. It looked to me like we set this bomb down by the reactor. And I set it for 20, 30 minutes. I think I picked 20 one time and then I picked 30 another time. And it doesn't seem, whatever.
It doesn't make it
Yeah. And so
it only takes like 5 minutes to get out anyway.
it took, at like minute 27, I got on the elevator and then it switches to the bomb and it's like 2, 1. And I was just like, what? And so the bomb blows up and it destroys the reactor, but it's a pretty contained blast. Like it's really just taking out that one piece of machinery, which I was like, oh, well, that's about as ethical as you can get with a bombing.
Yeah.
And like it looks like it was specifically designed not to hurt anybody and to just take out the machine. This is undermined by the fact that I think I killed about 60 guards on the way in.
Right?
like-
They're all just doing their job, and you're like, die.
But like you can see that they made that effort to be like, oh, you know, they're not really trying to hurt people.
Yeah.
And then the president of the company or whatever takes advantage of the fact that there is in fact a bomb here and there was this infiltration, and he then destroys the rest of the facility himself, pinning it on you.
Yeah.
Which I think is a really interesting way to spin it, especially since that takes from elements later in the game that I remember. But what I'm confused about is I killed 60 guards on the way in. Did I mention that? Like, are we really trying to pretend like these guys care about human life that much? Okay, that's all. That's my piece.
Okay, yeah. From that perspective, yes, you're correct.
That is what happened, so I wasn't imagining it all.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say, Rob, since he's PlayStation Access, he had an opportunity to play a little bit past that mission.
Jealous.
Yeah,
So jealous.
And he said that in the remake, they do a really good job of showing the devastation and like making you step back and think, wait, were we right?
Yeah.
Like, because people
Ooh.
are wandering around, their homes have been destroyed, they've lost people, and yeah, it's just a disaster. But in the original, you don't really see that. You're just like, la 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 la.
Yeah.
Like, we're so great.
But the part is the change that they've made that the bomb that you set wasn't intended to be that destructive. And so are the characters then not aware that they've been set up?
I don't know.
Like, do they take full responsibility for it? Are they looking at the blast and like, oh wow, I thought that bomb wasn't going to be that serious. That looks really bad. Is it that?
I
kinda?
don't.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. That.
Yeah, I guess none of us
No
are Rob.
idea.
None of us got to play
Yeah.
it. So
None of us played Final Fantasy
I'm
when
just
we were little.
yeah, I'm just curious how that's gonna. Clearly, I'm excited, which is good. Like the demo did its job. I want to play the rest of this.
Yep.
You know.
You want me to go next? All right. I agree. The demo definitely did its job. Before, I was kind of like, oh yeah, like I'm sure I'll play it. And then after playing the demo, I'm like, okay, yeah, I really want to play this. It looks fun. The combat is quite fun. I think the feedback for all of the basic attacks and the overdrive like attack things, those all feel really good. Except for with Barrett's, I didn't like using the gun at all, and I felt like he was really clunky and it was hard to like dodge. But with Cloud, I felt like that was all good.
If you switch over to like his overload mode,
Oh
it's a
yeah,
lot better.
that one's better for dealing damage, but it lasts for such a short amount of time that it just made me furious.
But it feels really satisfying.
Yeah, it does feel satisfying.
Yeah.
But I would just wish it was longer. I assume that you can upgrade that with different guns. Like, yeah. But I am a little confused about the abilities and magic. I felt like I would select them and I would go to use them, and then I wasn't sure if I'd use them at all. And I was really confused about that.
Yeah.
Like, I chose cross slash at one point, and then Cloud didn't do anything. He just like stood there. And I was confused, and I was like, am I supposed to go and attack him? And then I attacked him, but it looked like a normal attack, but it did more damage, and I was very confused. I don't know what I did wrong, or if that's just how it is.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
I don't know. The tactics thingy, like that you bring up that pauses the action, it doesn't fully stop the action. It still like moves very slowly, and that stressed me out so badly. I'm sure it's something I'll get used to, but it
That's
gave
how it
me
is in
big time
Witcher too,
anxiety.
though, and I kind of like it.
I know.
Oh yeah.
I know,
forces
it's
me to
something that I'll
act.
get used to, because like there's other games that I played that do that, but I just wasn't expecting it. I was expecting it to like pause, and then when the thing was still coming at me, I like panicked and I didn't know how to close the detective things, and then I just started pressing a bunch of buttons and accidentally used a power, and I didn't even know what I did. It was confusing. I'll figure it out. It's just anime enough that it might be a bit of a struggle for me, but I'm gonna try anyway.
Yeah.
We already pointed this out. I've never played the original one, so I was curious about like how much is different, other than obviously animation and combat. I think it's funny that they had Cloud fight everyone. Then that was their plan. Like she says, the plan was to have Cloud fight everyone, And I was just wondering, like, what if he turned out to be really bad at his job and he died in the first fight? What was your guys' plan for the rest of this? Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was so funny. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah.
I fight everyone?
Yeah.
That's the plan?
They're like, good luck. I'm like, what are you all
Jeez.
doing?
At first I thought they were ditching me. I was like, you jerks, come back here. So mad. And I'm still kind of annoyed that Tifa is not going to be voiced by Rachel Lee Cook, who has been voicing Tifa for the last like couple of Final Fantasy games that she's been in. And I don't even really know about Final Fantasy or really care that much. I just care about Rachel Lee Cook. And I like her, and I'm sad. I mean, I like the actress that they've got who's playing Tifa in this. I looked up who it is, and I like her. She's in Glow, and she's really good. But I really like Rachel Lee Cook.
Who's she in Glow?
She's Justine. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's good.
I can see her actually just being Tifa.
Yeah, she's good. But I'm just kind of sad because I really like Rachel Lee Cook.
yeah,
And
I
she's
know.
been Tifa for a while now. Possibly forever. I don't know how long.
The heck?
That's an alarm on my phone.
So professional.
I forgot it was there.
It's okay.
It's the Mission Completes music from Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Oh.
What was the alarm for?
It's to remind me to post a picture on Instagram, which I have been just ignoring for the last like 3 weeks.
Why do you set alarms to do things you don't want to do?
Because it's the only way I'll remember that I don't want to do them.
I love that you have to have reminders to make you active on social media.
I know.
Like it's a chore.
I took a lot of good pictures from Far Cry New Dawn yesterday, so I really need to post them.
Okay.
Yes.
Erin.
So, Erin, what were your thoughts on Final Fantasy VII?
Well, let me start at the beginning for this won't take long, I promise.
So on the first day, I was going to start quoting the Bible, and then I realized I don't remember what comes next. Like, what happens? Oh yeah, God creates the heavens and the earth. Right? Or no, there was light. What?
Okay.
I was a minister for a year and a half.
It's all arbitrary anyway.
Anyway.
I'm just going to put my head down on my microphone and be quiet.
You're like, I taught this for a year and a half.
What is the Bible?
Okay. So I didn't know anything about Final Fantasy VII until several years ago when Zach and I were first dating. And I think James is the one who mentioned him because I was telling them about Dante and how awesome Devil May Cry was. And James was like, I bet Cloud's cooler. And I was like, who?
Dumb thing to say.
You were talking about a game you liked, and James just immediately went to Dante versus Cloud.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that is the most junior high ass crap I've ever heard in my life.
You have to understand he did it in his James way. Like, he wasn't actually trying to pick a fight. He was
Okay.
just being James.
Yeah.
We do know James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took me a while to realize that James wasn't actually a huge jerk. He was just James.
He's just a weird dude with a weird sense of humor.
Yeah. For sure. And so I was like, all like, whoa, no way. You know, and like.
Erin,
they
of course,
started-
has to defend Dante.
Yeah, defend him to my death.
Jinx.
Oh. So yeah, and I was like, well, what kind of game is it anyway? And he told me about it. I was like, it's turn-based? That is so stupid. Like, how boring. Dante is so much cooler. So anyway, hello, microphone. I just ran into it. A few years pass, and I'm introduced to a movie called Final Fantasy Advent Children, which I guess is a continuation of the game, of the 7th game. I don't really know.
Our parents had us watch that.
They did?
Yeah. I didn't know anything about Final
I
Fantasy
didn't
when I
either.
watched it.
I was like, what is
I
happening?
was so confused that I was like, this is really pretty, but I don't know what's
Right?
happening at all.
Yeah, I had no
And
idea.
my parents didn't know it was happening either. None of us knew any of the story, but we just watched it.
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
You don't remember this?
No.
They also had us watch the other Final Fantasy movie, and that one I understood even less of.
So I watched that movie and I had a greater appreciation for Cloud because he's pretty cool, like, and super powerful and flashy and giant sword and motorcycle and
She's just naming things now.
We're just naming cool things now.
speakers, lamp, guitar riffs.
Now she's just naming things in the room.
So yeah, anyway, I watched it and I was like, man, I really wish the game was like that. And then Remake was announced and I was like, oh, I hope it's cool. I hope it's not stupid and turn-based like the original. And they're like, no, it's not going to be turn-based like the original. It's going to be a mix of real time and some strategy. And I think, anyway, I'm rambling, but their goal is to make the original fans happy and people who like new games happy. And I think they're so far have done a really good job.
And it looks so good.
It looks gorgeous. Also, Cloud is bae.
Yeah, he's cute.
And he's all like tough and like, I don't care about anything. I'm just here for the money. And it was like, oh, Cloud, you don't really mean that.
I love the way Elsa described it to me, though, that he like reacts to Jesse flirting with him like he doesn't know what flirting is, and he's confused because there's a girl there. He's just like, like what?
No, let me imitate.
Wait, how did you say it?
Let me imitate his reaction to
Yeah.
everything that is said to him in the entire demo.
Let's all just make anime noises.
He does do a little crooked smile, though, at one point when she was like, wow, that was cool. And he's kind of like, oh, okay, go
He
go
said that he
on.
doesn't just do the crooked style because it's anime. He never can. He has to make a noise too. He has
Yeah,
to be
he's
like,
like,
that was the thing that drove me crazy about Kingdom Hearts 3 during the Pirates of the Caribbean parts. Those are real friggin' people. And they're going, oh, when they turn their head. What the flip?
no.
I'm sorry. This is not a rant we need to get on right now.
Yes. We love anime. We really do.
And I can't really blame Jesse. I mean, if I was hanging out with
I know.
Cloud during a terrorist
That's the
attack,
thing.
I'd probably hit on him too.
That's the thing. I was like annoyed at some points, and then other points I was like, I would be doing the same thing though, because he's cute. I would just be like, you want to hang out after this? The whole time. I
What
was
you
like,
doing
you want to
later?
join us, don't you? Because we're cool.
What are you doing after this? Anyway, long story short, I love it, and I'm stupidly super excited.
I'm really excited.
Jensen, recount the complete and accurate history of video games for us.
All right. Luckily, I studied this in school. Games came into existence when I was 7 years old. The first game was Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the one with Knuckles. That was the original title.
It was Sonic the Hedgehog 3,
The
one with Knuckles.
Yes.
That's the subtitle.
Yes. The first system was Sega Genesis, and the first person to own it was my Aunt Les. Didn't know that, but that's true. She still has it somewhere, and she said she'll give it to me if she can ever find it.
She won't be able to.
Probably not. That's all I had planned.
Well done. Erin, you invented video games.
And here we are today.
Oh, and here we are today. Yes.
Sorry.
No games came out between when I was in junior high to when I started going to college because I couldn't get an Xbox 360 because they were expensive. But it's okay because no one could. No one played any games during that time, and I didn't miss out on anything.
Erin, you invented video games. Why?
I mean, have you met people?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, they're pretty awful.
Yeah.
I would rather play video games than people any day.
Oh, yeah. No, I can't talk. Above and beyond? What am I trying to say?
Up and away? To infinity?
10 out of 10 would game over people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Elsa, you've converted from being in the anti-video game party. Why and how?
So originally,
This is Jensen in the future, editing. Elsa's part was really long and weird, and she kind of just rambled for several unintelligible minutes. So I just decided to cut it out. You're welcome.
and I'm better off.
I'm glad that you went last because I feel like if you'd gone first, people would have just thought it was real.
What are you talking about? This is my life story.
Welcome. We're glad to have you aboard.
Thanks. So, Erin, what not video game thing are you obsessed with?
Well, I'm trying to find my next anime romance. I was very disappointed with the last one, which was Vampire Knight. Yes.
Well, there was
I
your
don't
first
even know what
mistake.
it is, but that name.
I watched
That name,
it.
Erin, I can guess.
I watched this one because of course I did. Sad little goth child me. I watched it. It's not good.
It had a lot of potential. Like, beautiful silver-haired boy who's slowly turning into a vampire. You know, his best friend who he's in love with, but also, oh no, I'm turning into a monster. How can I ever be with her? And
Can I spoil
fun.
the ending
yes.
Yeah.
real fast? So
Spoilers.
the whole show is built off of this contrivance where there's this love triangle between main girl and pretty silver-haired boy who's becoming a vampire, who was raised as her brother but is not her brother.
Oh, no.
And then pretty dark-haired vampire brother who is not raised as her brother but is in fact her
You
brother.
told me about this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like
Oh,
so it was almost like the anime people were like, we
no.
will make you ship incest of one kind or another.
No.
And
Yeah.
it's like really 90s.
It's like decide which type of incest is more important to you.
The one where you've got an emotional sibling relationship or the
makes
one where
sense.
you've got a biological sibling relationship.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh wait, they're both gross.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
that sentence that I said make
It's late.
which
and I
incest is
understood.
important to you?
Which incest is more important to you? Name of the title. Name of the title. Name of the episode title and the name of the episode title.
Which incest is important to you? Fantastic.
What type of...
Oh, I wish we had some kind of an excuse for why we're all being like this right now and why none of us can speak.
But we don't.
It's
just late.
It's not even that late.
It's not.
Of course, it was daylight savings just a couple days ago. Maybe that's part of it.
True.
That just
And
means that according to our bodies, it's like it's not even 10.
it's also the middle of the week.
Yeah, I guess
So-
that's part of it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wednesday.
So
middle of
Vampire
the week.
Night
No, it's
was
Thursday.
disappointing, and I
No, it's
understand
Thursday.
because I
Yeah.
felt that with you.
Yeah, it was very disappointing. And
Today's
and in fact, the thumbnail on Hulu is silver-haired boy kissing her. So I was like, sweet, she's gonna end up with him, and everything's gonna be great.
Does she end up with actual brother?
Yes.
Incest? No.
Yes. The ending is so
That's worse.
stupid. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
So that's the thing is I felt like they were both terrible.
They're both terrible. Yes, but
Yeah. But the one is her actual blood relative.
well, the thing is, when it's silver-haired boy incest, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. But then you find out, oh, we're not actually siblings. And then it's
Well,
like,
they already knew
okay.
that.
They already knew that.
okay, then that's not even that
No,
bad.
but Jensen,
they're
Jensen,
raised.
I know.
together.
Anybody who has an adopted sibling, it's bad.
I know, okay. But I mean, okay. But think about it this way. Say she goes with black-haired incest boy, which she does, and they don't know, and then later find out. That's so much worse, because then you're like, crap, we've been together, and like we have this like relationship and whatnot, and then oh no, we're biologically related.
Yeah.
I kind
What a
of doesn't he like
huge bummer.
Doesn't he know all
He
along?
knows. Oh yeah, it's
She
much,
finds out later.
It's much worse than that.
Then
So,
that's so
yeah.
bad.
Because
Oh,
her memories
gosh.
were erased and her like vampire characteristics
This anime
were
is so weird.
put to
sometimes.
sleep.
All of anime needs to be arrested.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Can we just dispense with the incest storylines? They make my head hurt.
And the part that made me the most upset is at the very end, like silver hair boy hates vampires because they killed his family.
Isn't he a vampire?
Yeah. But he didn't want to be. And she was born a vampire, so it's not like she had a choice. And when he finds out that she's a vampire, he's like, you know, I'm going to have to hunt you and kill you
No,
eventually,
so
don't you? And she's
stupid.
like, yes, I'll be waiting for you. And I'm like, what is wrong with you?
You could just not.
Right?
Just an idiot.
Dumb.
The Hunter Society ordered to have you killed. Why are you
Also-
still hunting for them?
Also, that's super dumb because if she was born a vampire, it's not like she had any choice in the matter. What the
Yeah.
hell, silver-haired incest boy?
Right?
Okay, can I briefly give a shout out to my favorite dumb vampire anime thing?
Yes.
It's not even really dumb, and it's not even really anime, but it's vampire.
What
So
is it?
it's a webtoon.
Vampire.
Oh.
It's a webtoon called Thirst of Angels, and I actually am not caught up with it right now, but I just love the premise, and I think it's very clever. And the whole story is essentially that there's a Catholic girls' school, you know, traditional nuns, all that, and they have an art teacher who turns out to be a vampire and who turns a bunch of the school into vampires. And it's so good. Anyway, it sounds really dumb, but like it gets so great so fast.
It's going on my list.
It's yeah, you'll like it. It's so weird, but like I don't know. It's got a streak of dark humor in it that's just really, really potent. Like at one point, okay, no, I can't even say it. I can't even say that much.
I'll find out eventually. I'll start reading it.
At one point, a priest goes to kill a vampire and is like, "Peace be with you." And then another vampire comes up and like knocks him out from behind and is like, "And also with you." Okay, like it's really good. It's called Thirst of Angels. It's on Webtoons. It's not finished or anything, and it wanders. It has like too many characters, but it's fun.
Yeah. So all I could think about when you said "peace be with you" was King of the Hill, when they're always watching that Spanish drama.
Oh, yeah?
And he's like, "Vaya con Dios." Like every episode.
No, the best one is when they accidentally kidnap the girl from Mexico, and then
Yes.
she's sitting in the house watching the show with Hank, and after the guy, like, there's some crazy thing, and I feel like someone jumps through a pane glass window in a church and shouts, "Vaya con Dios," and Hank just turns to us, "Is this accurate?"
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
So good.
Anyway, I need another Maid Sama and another Love is War. Season 2 is
those
coming
ones
out
are too good.
next month, so that'll hopefully tide me over. But I need another Maid Sama.
Yuri on Ice.
Your Ice is pretty good.
Yuri on Ice is really good.
Okay, starting at
Although
Persona
it's more
5, I
about
was like,
sports
oh yeah,
than romance.
this is the same animation as Yuri on Ice. I can totally tell.
No, actually, I shouldn't say it's more about sports than romance. It's a lot about sports, and a lot of the romance is subtext for reasons, but it's still really good.
The romance is like, it's hidden in there, but it's there.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
sports is front and center.
It's
Gotcha.
It's hidden to the extent that a certain number of people watched it and were like, "What romance?"
Yeah,
But they're a bit dense.
Wow.
it's there.
Yeah. That's awesome. But I need something with a
You
romantic.
need something with. You need the anime
reward.
equivalent of heaving bodices.
What?
Like bodice rippers, you know.
Yeah. Like romance novels. Erin,
Oh, I just want him to kiss, okay?
we're learning so much about Erin and the things she doesn't know about. Like, she didn't know about bodice rippers. She didn't know about Gilbert and Sullivan. Erin,
I knew some of the songs.
you didn't know what the Mikado was. I sang Three Little Maids from school and you just stared at me. You didn't even join in.
I have deeply offended these two sisters, and I'm very, very sorry.
It's not offense so much as it's just confusion.
It's confusing.
You're so well versed in music. I didn't expect you to not be familiar with the Mikado.
I think that's what it is just that Erin is like, Erin's my musical friend. Erin knows all things music, but she didn't know the Mikado. My world is shattered.
Okay, anime, good times.
Yeah.
Cool.
Elsa, what non-video game thing are you obsessed with right now?
Taxes.
Cool.
I wish I had a better answer, but like honestly, it's so depressing right now. My life is just taxes when I'm awake, and it's bad.
Yeah. Hang in there.
Thanks. I don't have any jokes for this. It really sucks.
I'm sorry. All right. Well, my not video game thing I'm obsessed with is a 3-part thing. First part is Dr. Pimple Popper on Hulu. It's a crazy medical show with this woman, Dr. Sandra Lee, who removes lipomas and cysts and stuff. It's awesome, but definitely don't watch it while you're trying to eat something. Because, like, it's not so bad when it's a lipoma because it kind of looks like raw chicken. But if she's popping
Ew.
a cyst, you don't want to be eating cottage cheese.
I don't want to watch any of that at any time.
It's awesome, and it's so weirdly satisfying.
That was vivid.
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'll put that one on my list.
It's awesome. I watched all of it in the space of a couple days, and I wish there was more. All right. Second part, though, is Birds of Prey. We saw it last night, and it was excellent.
good.
Oh my gosh. I loved it so much.
It was really good.
Yeah. I want to own it on Blu-ray, and that's like, lately I haven't really wanted to own a lot of movies on Blu-ray because I'm like, I can just stream it. Or I can get a digital copy. But this is one that I want a physical copy of. That's how much I love it.
I'm like baffled that I didn't hear about this movie. It's the guy who choreographed the fights in John Wick.
Oh, the fight scenes are
Ooh.
And
excellent.
you can tell like they're really good, fluid
Yes.
fight scenes. And I don't know what the word for this is, but it's like some kind of a fusion of all the best aspects of flinning, like that makes fighting really fun. But at the same time, you watch closely, and every hit, if it did land with the right amount of force, would be devastating. It's
Yeah.
like it's not flinning.
Yeah.
It's, oh gosh, it's gorgeous.
It's so good.
And I mean, I had like a couple of little things in the film, but they were so minor. Like for the most part, I just thought it was really fun and really cute, and everybody in it was great. And yeah,
It was great. It was so
people
good.
slept on this movie, and makes me like kind of sad
Yeah.
because
It was great.
it was great.
I'm so happy with it.
I read that it did really
wanna see
well
it again.
internationally. Like, I don't think it did great at the box office in the U.S., but I did see internationally its numbers were really strong.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's enough to like push it along, because I'd like to see a sequel to this. I'd also like to see a crossover with Deadpool, because I feel like those two vibes would mesh very well, and I just think it'd be fun.
All right. And my third part is just being a barista. It's really fun.
Yeah.
I like making drinks, you guys.
Aw.
Yeah. I'm doing it part-time, and it's like alchemy, which is
Yeah.
great. Oh my gosh. And it smells so good. Everything smells so good at a coffee shop.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, like, it smells even better when you're making it. The smell of espresso mixed with white chocolate powder. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I love it. I love it when people order white mochas. Oh my gosh, it's good.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. One more thing. We saw Jojo Rabbit the other night.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's so good.
I love Jojo
It's
Rabbit.
funny and charming, and the characters are amazing, especially Captain K.
Yeah.
And it's well done.
This is my favorite movie that came out last year.
Yeah, seriously though,
It's
it's
really good.
emotional.
It's my second favorite. And
And-
Knives Out was first.
Knives Out was awesome. Zach and I watched that too a while ago. All the movies.
Yay! Not all of them, only 2.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I don't even remember what else I saw last year. I saw Star Wars.
Us was really good.
Oh, Us was good.
Booksmart was really good.
Yeah.
What else did I like that came out last year?
But there was really the only things that got me like really excited were Jojo Rabbit and Knives Out. Like even Star Wars, I was just kind of like, fight scenes were really cool.
Yeah, I know we haven't really talked much about Star Wars, but like
We're not going to.
I loved every minute of it.
I did not. I liked the fight scenes. I thought those were some of the most beautiful lightsaber battles I've seen in any Star Wars movie ever. And I thought it was gorgeous. And I
was very pretty.
loved that we revisited the broken Death Star. And I'm not going to say anything else because I just want to put positive vibes out there into the world.
I forgot that we were specifically going to not talk about it at all. I'm sorry.
Just what the hell?
No.
No.
Okay, if you can go into it, then I can talk about the dumb knife thing.
No,
but
no,
we're not
no.
talking about it. We're not talking about it.
We're not going there.
We should just
Kidding me.
end this now.
So
End
stupid.
it quickly. I shall go fetch Zach. Hey, thanks for listening. We'd love to hear from you. Your hopes, your dreams, your loves and fears. Message us at Princess in Pod on Instagram and Twitter, or check out our YouTube channel, Princess in Another Video. You can also email us at princessinanotherpodcast@gmail.com, and we'd love to hear from you. Take good care of your gamer hearts and souls.